Welcome to Pat's Cast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast. I'm Matt,
I'm Chris.
and this is our episode for October 23rd, 2018.
Left side, Wiley, one-time shot, fought off by the blocker of Paddock. Rebound, Richards, backhand shot, another blocker save, another chance, Richards, and a great glove save for Max Paddock just before the horn. Kobe Morrisville, hands forward to Grandview, Manitoba, across the line, nice move to get around. Walker shoots, and a left shoulder save for Dustin Wolf. One with Wu. Divinsky makes a move through his legs, but he's forced in below the goal line by Jeff Wu, and then he buries him with Wu trying to come in with a shoulder. What a check from Cole Divinsky.
Okay, we had a homestand, and it was a homestand. It was not very illustrious, was it?
No, it was a little rough. So much for our predictions of getting 4 points on the weekend or through those 3 games. But
Yeah.
it was a little.
I think. Well, let's go through the games chronologically. I think maybe the last game is maybe the freshest in our mind and leaving a bit of a bad taste. But Spokane rolled into town on the Wednesday. That was actually a really pretty good game, I think.
Yeah, I thought they played well for 2 periods.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I thought they played with Spokane fairly well. You know, they're going to be a really good team. They're going to be even better now that they got quite possibly their best player back from the NHL. So, but I don't know. I thought for 2 periods they played fairly well. Third period, it seemed like Spokane had more gas at the end, even though they'd played the night before. I thought that's maybe where we could get them with them playing back to back and us had not playing since the weekend. But it was totally the opposite.
It was. I kind of found the game to be a bit of a goaltender's duel. Max Paddock really saved us. It probably would have been a much less flattering score. 4-0 isn't great, but I think it would have been a lot worse. He played really well.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I don't think we deserved to get shut out either. We had some really good. Nick Henry played. There were some fantastic plays.
Yeah, he played real well that game. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just their goaltender was playing really well. So,
and those 2 power play goals we gave up, the first 2 goals, were easily plays that guys should have made. It shouldn't have been those 2. Like maybe they would have scored later in the power play, but I mean, like those 2 plays, both exact same thing. Guy was going to the net and he didn't pick up a stick, and those are just mental mistakes. You know.
Yeah.
It wasn't for a lack of effort or anything. The guy was right there. He just didn't lift up his stick, and they just tap it in, you know?
Like literally right there.
Second,
the first goal, I think it was Alkimov.
Yeah.
Was right beside his player and just didn't get his stick in the way. And then, the second
one was
goal.
Pierce. It was Pierce, and he was just a half second too late.
Yeah, the guy just got a bit of body position on him and then got a quick shot off. And
so, you know, you don't give up those 2 goals. You know, maybe it's a different story, but I don't know. Spokane looked better in the third, so
they did.
But I mean, Nick Henry has a great chance, and then they come back and they score off a bad bounce off a leg or something. The guy taps it into the wide open net. So you know that's been the story of the season. We can't score. They come back and score, right? So
that is the story of the season: is us not being able to score. It just.
Yeah.
I mean, we got used to it over the last couple of years, but man, we are just not putting the puck in the net right now.
Yeah. Especially 5-on-5.
5-on-5. Just bad bounces. And I mean, other than the Everett game, we've had our chances and lots of shots, but
definitely.
Just not happening right now. Again, 2 power play goals against in that game. We had a total of 6 penalties. Really racking up those PIMs.
Yeah, and they're seem to be. I looked it up. The last 6 games, they're doing a little better than their season average, which is 68% the season average, and it's 20th in the league
for penalty kill.
Yeah, and then the last 6 games are at 74%, but I think they got.
Well, we get so much practice at it, so.
Oh, I know exactly, right? But then, you know, that kind of not to jump to the Everett game out of turn here, but that just kills you. Like Strush said, it's just killing the same guys because some guys don't see the ice, and the other guys are playing all the time, and it's just not wasted minutes. But then you see they have nothing 4 or 5-on-5, and then that's what the Everett game looks like. It just it was just rough, right? So
as soon as you feel like you get something going, it's some stupid penalty, an offensive zone penalty, slashing, holding, hooking, something.
Exactly.
It's just like, oh God.
Those are the worst, little trips, sticks and feet.
Yeah, I mean, Spokane was a good team.
Yeah.
It honestly, 4-0 score didn't, I think, reflect the game that well. I think it was one of their better games that they played this year, actually. They looked good.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, of course, again, moral victories don't count on the score sheet. So
no, not at all. So,
so we had a night off for the little figure skating event, and then Moose Jaw was in town. To me, this was the winnable game, and we let it slip through.
Yeah, we scored that first goal. That's been eluding us a bit this year.
Yeah.
So that was a good start, but again, we had some chances, lots of chances. We just couldn't finish early in the game and 5-on-5 again. It just couldn't get it in the net to add to our lead, right?
Mm-hmm. 2 times we had a lead.
Exactly.
1-0 and 2-1.
And they stayed in the game,
Yeah.
They just hung around, and then
again we had 7 penalties. We beat them in shots, 33-25. Yeah, the third period. It kind of fell apart with Hyman. He took a boarding penalty. To me, it was a pretty ticky-tacky call. The Moose Jaw player, kind of bent down, looked like to avoid the check, and then actually got smushed by Hyman. And I don't know if it was his size that threw. I don't know. It's an unusual call. I didn't really agree with it. And granted, we didn't get...
He doesn't throw many hits, so
yeah. Yeah.
But
and we didn't get scored on that power play, but it was within a few seconds we took another. I think it was all kind of part of the same process and play that we ended up getting another one and then getting scored on. And
we gave up a shorty that game too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's
that's
tough.
And I don't want to. We talk a lot in the stands. We talk about Hyman a lot, but I don't know. I don't want to go on him too hard, but
I know
goodness, he makes some glaring errors.
Yeah, like the shorthanded one sucked.
Yeah,
and then the 2-on-1, just no effort on the 2-on-1 again.
He's standing
stood there in the middle.
He's standing there, and I mean, I haven't played hockey since I was a kid, and I know usually, especially if you're the top defenseman, you have that relationship with your goalie. He's going to say if he wants the shot or he wants you to take the shot. Hyman didn't either. He just stood there.
I know.
The guy passed it over him, but he could have shot as well. Like, there was no...
Yeah, exactly. And then you see Setoff, he's laying down, taking the pass away all the time. Like,
all the time. Like,
he's a better defender. Like, so...
And I don't, laying down, some people might say, oh, it's not. But if you lay down and you're sliding towards the guy, he's going to have to make a perfect little saucer pass over you onto the next guy's stick. And that's a challenging play. So
if he does really that, force and they put it in. Yeah, exactly. You force a hand, force him to do something rather than just standing there, let him make his own decision in his own time frame, right?
Yeah.
Do something to at least
do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Do
right?
something, please.
And if he makes a sauce pass over you on the guy's stick and he puts it in, well, you can't fault him. You can't fault your team for that. You just be like, yeah, okay, that's a great goal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the lack of effort is just a little frustrating. When you see just a lack of effort
or the fundamental mistakes, I think is what's frustrating.
That too. Yeah.
Like we've said, he's our 20-year-old. He should be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
but
hopefully Butos.
Yeah.
We really could use another experienced D-man back there. So.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps. That was a tough one. That I think we should have had that game.
yeah, that we needed that game, but we
needed
didn't.
it.
So
Yeah. And then it was a quick turnaround back into an afternoon game here with Everett, and I think this is probably the worst game I've seen this year in effort.
yeah,
Right? Just they were flat. There was nothing there.
yeah,
The whole
we had
game.
nothing 5-on-5 at all. Like I don't even know if we had a quality scoring chance 5-on-5.
I don't think so. We only had 21 shots. We had 5 in the third period.
Oof.
When you're down and you're trying to, and you only muster 5 shots, like, come on, man.
Well, 21 for a game isn't too great either.
No. Like, but that being said, the game started, quick power play goal. I mean, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. You want to get your power play going, early goal, get the lead, and then actually the first period is tied 1-1. Remember? And we said, hey, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
Now it's tie game going forward, and then, the wheels fell off.
Yeah, and then we started taking those penalties.
Yeah.
And, just a couple tripping penalties where, like, in the offensive zone and, just some tough ones. And then even though they didn't score them, it definitely affected our game, right? Like, guys just didn't have anything left for 5-on-5 after killing all those penalties. So
another seven penalties.
Yeah, and Paddock made some big saves. Like,
I mean, he
held us in there again.
He's been playing so well. Interestingly enough, we saw Curtis Hunt there. What's his title with PA now?
I think he's GM, I believe.
Is it? So I don't know. Is he starting to window shop a little bit, do you think? Or
possibly, or he was just pre-scouting for the game tonight.
Yeah.
/ window shop as well. So because we're definitely going to be sellers. They're going to be buyers. So
boy, the way they're rolling, they might not have to buy that much.
They look like us 2 years ago.
Yeah, they're clicking.
So, one thing I noticed in that Everett game, Lecition's face-offs, 31 for 35. Like, this guy's like doing it all for us. Like 70% on the season right now. Like, he was really good. I can't remember exactly what it was, but the game, we were like 30% in the face-off circle in Lethbridge when the game he missed, and then it was like 60+% for the team in Kootenay the game he was back, right? He made all the world of difference in that game, in those 2 games, right? So
I want to thank Scott for his feedback on Pat's power play here at WHL Fanaholic. We put out a little bit of a question today, just saying we're recording, and if anybody wanted to give us anything to talk about. And he brought up some issues he has about the Pat's power play, and I think we have some similar feelings. What's your feelings about the power play?
Yeah, I agreed with him there. He should be back to where he was the first couple of years he was here in Nick that Henry. Classic Ovechkin. Yeah, Henry. Yeah, sorry. In the classic Ovechkin spot there for the one-timer. Instead, he seems to be more on the right side, and Lecition's on the left side, but Lecition's a lefty, so they're both kind of out of position. So I don't know why they're not switched for whatever reason, like, or they're just, that's the way the play's taking them. Like, it should, so because he was money over there on that side for the first couple of years, right? So
it seems to be a little different. Like they have 1D, 3 forwards, and then Henry playing the point. They're not really working that cross ice pass. It seems like it's more like that high-low high pass.
They had this. Yeah, they had the cross ice going earlier in the season, like Scott said, when Henry was over there. But now they kind of changed it up, and they were trying to work the puck down low a little more often. And Lecition got a couple goals kind of in the slot there, but I don't know. They're trying to do something. I mean, power play is 15th in the league at 21.6%, so we're doing okay. Not great.
I mean, relatively.
We've got some skill though, so we should be able to score on the power play, right?
Yeah.
So like the guys that we are on PP1 are definitely quality players, right? So
Yeah, it drops off when we get to PP2 though.
yeah, a little bit, definitely. So
yeah.
when you're putting out a 15-year-old out on PP2, it's
True.
it's definitely a drop. But
Yeah.
he'll be there in a couple more years. He looks all right. So
really, I know you have to remember he's playing a 16 year, but we're talking about Dubinsky. He's only 15 yet. So
yeah, doesn't turn 16 till December. So
right. So like, I hope we can hang on to him. It'd be fun to watch him progress over the next few years. Yeah.
I don't think we'll be trading any of our younger guys. The
No.
Russians and him and stuff. I think we're just going to start building around them. I think here. So
yeah. And that's
there was one other. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's nothing to be worried about.
Yeah. Now, just are we going to have enough other guys picks and stuff? Because we're so short on picks. That's the problem, right? It's going to have to.
In Paddock,
those
we
scouts
trust.
are gonna. Yeah, those scouts are going to have to be working overtime trying to pick up some hit gems that are some list pickups and stuff, right? So.
Yeah.
So, but one other thing I wanted to mention before we're done here, Paddock. It seems like guys, the other team, they're shooting high, glove side a lot on Paddock. I noticed.
Okay.
I mean, Spokane and Everett both kind of were going upstairs a lot, glove side. I don't know if that's a trend or not, but it's maybe something to keep an eye out on. But I mean, a couple of them were like bar down, like that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're going high gloves. So just one thing I noticed as well.
Scouting report might be. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. All these teams, they got video. They're watching video.
Yeah.
So, gone are the days of just rolling in and playing some team, right? So
yeah.
At this level, there's lots of pre-scouting going on. So.
Well, regardless, he's definitely holding us in these games right now and keeping it respectable. So
yeah, definitely.
Hopefully, he stays healthy. He's had a bit of injury problem over the years. So
yeah, he missed a couple games there earlier.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Hopefully, he can make it
see
through
what
this year. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
A bit of roster news. Puto, we mentioned before, he's still injured, but upgraded to week now.
Yeah,
maybe
that's
by,
good.
I wonder if, just looking ahead here, I wonder if he gets on that road trip.
Oh, to the States?
Yeah, the Agribition road trip. Because if he doesn't make it there, so they leave, they play on the 13th of November. They play here on the 10th, so I bet you it's only in Kootenay. It's not like that time last year they left. They played a game and then they left.
Oh yeah, like the next day or something.
They left that night.
Oh right.
They got on the bus and they drove to Portland. So at least it's not as far the first trip or the first game. Kootenay,
they kind of get a game on the way there. So
yeah, you play on a Saturday here and then Tuesday in Kootenay. So you could leave on the Monday even. Yeah,
then they don't play till Friday in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So
it's not as crazy. But regardless, I was wondering, if he doesn't make that, then
who knows? Like I thought maybe it would be kind of a day-to-day thing, but they list him as week-to-week. So
it'd be nice to have him for that.
Yeah,
but you don't want to bring him back too early either. Huh.
No, and it's going to take him some time. You look at Henry last year. Look how much time it took him to actually get going because he hasn't. Sure, he's skating and stuff, but
it'd be nice to get him out for the bonding even.
Oh yeah,
that's a big part of the team.
Yeah, big road trip, right? So
so Puto week to week and Nyhoff kind of a vague term. What was it? Undetermined?
Indefinite.
So
yeah, took that hard hit against Everett there. So
yeah, so no indication. Have you heard what it is or?
No, I haven't. It just says upper body indefinite. Yeah. So who knows? Huh. But yeah, that didn't look too good.
Upcoming games, we have Medicine Hat here on the Friday. Up to PA on the Saturday. and then back here on Sunday. So we got the 3-3. Luckily, our third is Swift Current, but
yeah, well, hopefully we can win that, right? Medicine Hat, Medicine Hat might be winnable. They've been kind of up and down.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Lethbridge last weekend, and then Lethbridge returned the favor in a big way after that the next night. But so, that could be a winnable game. PA, well, that's no chance. That one, I don't think so.
In PA, man.
But mind you, I did see PA. They've got a couple injuries. They're dressing 4 16s tonight and a 15-year-old. So, maybe see what happens there.
You never know.
They called up their first-round bantam pick from this year.
Oh, okay.
So, and just checking the score right now with Everett, it's midway through the game, and it's no score. So.
Yeah, that'd be a good game, actually.
Yeah, then Swift Current, well, that's a winnable game there. We gotta get a couple wins here, or against them. We gotta get wins against them. So I don't think they're about the only team worse than us. So
pretty much, yeah, I think so.
So if we can get 3 points, like kind of like we said the last couple weekends, if we get 3, great, 4, awesome, right?
Sure. We need to get a game at home. This is nuts.
Yeah, we got to get one game here. Get a roll.
Yeah.
I don't know how many years ago where we went to like about 6 or 7 games in a row there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was the second half of the season and they didn't win one game. It was just like, well, we kept going anyways. So
I think we're gonna have to consult the Pats historian Kevin and maybe you have to do some digging and find out when the longest home losing streak or the latest a team's won at home is.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Interesting. See if we're getting close to that.
See if we're setting any records here.
Oh well. It's still fun. It's fun watching the team. I want to see them get better. And they're not good, but again, you can see the little, it's not huge glaring errors. And other than maybe this Everett game, it wasn't even the whole game, there's still a lot of effort there. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we can get a couple points, I think. So
all right, we'll move on to just our general league news. Let's start with PA, since we've been talking about them a little bit, rolling again. They welcomed Spokane and absolutely took it to them. What are they, 11-1 now? Number 1 in the CHL. So. Just keep rolling.
Yeah, like I was saying, they look like kind of like us. They're putting up some big numbers, some big scores and stuff. 12-1 now they're at. So
okay, yeah.
So see what happens tonight against a pretty decent Spokane team.
Everett tonight.
Oh, sorry, Everett. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
They took it to, like you said, Spokane last game there. So
coaching change in Kelowna, kind of a weird one, I guess. Tying into kind of the CHL top 10 that we're talking about, Victoria took a couple losses, took it on the chin from Kelowna actually.
I was kind of surprised to see that. I know I took Victoria in my Fanaholics pick.
Oh, who wouldn't? Like,
yeah, I know.
One of the best teams. I guess we didn't know their goaltender wasn't playing. So
yeah, he missed both games.
I don't know what the.
Yeah, and he's Griffin Outhouse. He's one of the better ones in the league.
Right. So without him, they really took one. But
yeah. So then Kelowna gets a couple wins. They lose on Sunday to Vancouver, but you're like, okay, 2 out of 3. That's a good weekend.
You'd think so. We'd be happy.
Yeah, definitely.
and then fire their coach. That must have been in the works before.
Yeah, that's what the GM said, but yeah. I guess it's better now, get it done, now, and then you start getting prepared for your Memorial Cup run next year. So.
Like, who knows? There could have been some fundamental differences, and the coach there said and the management said we got to make this Memorial Cup run, and they weren't on the same page, and they just said let's part ways. And who knows, right? There has to be something because
we're just not privy to that kind of information, obviously. But they bring in a coach that has no head coaching experience at any level, so that's kind of a little bit of off the board pick.
Adam Foote.
Yeah. So, well, his son plays for them, so who knows? Who knows what's going on there? But
time will tell.
Speaking of moving, Kootenay. There's rumblings as soon as they got bought by those guys out of Winnipeg. There was rumblings right away. Oh, they're going to get moved to Winnipeg, and they said they're committed to Cranbrook and stuff, but their attendance is declining. So
I thought I heard they did a bit of a drive to try and get. They were trying to get 2,500. 2,500, okay.
Season ticket holders.
And I think didn't they get over 2,000 or they got a decent number, but
last year I think. But this year the average attendance is under 2,500. Season tickets plus walk-ups, right? So they're really really struggling. So now there's
I've been to Cranbrook, man. There's nothing to do there. I used to there's nothing. Like it's not ski season, so what the hell are people doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I've driven through there once. That's about it.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
Yeah, it's a pretty blue collar, hard working kind of town, I think. But I guess junior hockey isn't it?
Yeah,
that's successful.
Yeah, you don't want to see any team move, but if it happens, it might happen.
But moving to Winnipeg.
Yeah, well, that's kind of I don't know if it's an odd move, but it doesn't sound like they have a WHL quality rink to play in if they move for next season. Sounds like they're going to be playing at the Bison's rink, which holds 1,400 people. So that's kind of odd. But, they can't get into MTS. Obviously, there's NHL and AHL both playing there. So, but sounds like there's a rink in the works, but, that's probably not going to be ready for next year. So
those don't just go up overnight. So
no, exactly. So I was kind of curious. Maybe they'll have to push it back a year until the rink's ready, kind of thing, and go from there.
There's nothing else around there, hey?
No, I don't know exactly. Know.
But they can't play in a 1,500 seat arena.
Yeah,
that'd be embarrassing.
Well, even when Brandon couldn't play, they always can't play in the first round of the playoffs at home. So they went, where'd they go? Like Dauphin or something?
Is it Dauphin? It's something like that, yeah.
Portage la Prairie somewhere. So they that's their best option. Like there's nothing in Winnipeg, obviously.
That's almost now the tradition for them, though.
Yeah, because they're always
like every year.
Yeah, there's some big event that's been going on longer than they have. So that event gets precedent in that first week of the playoffs, or first couple of weeks of the playoffs. So
yeah,
that's kind of tough for the Brandon fans. But speaking of that, if they move to Winnipeg, then that's kind of going to rejig the divisions, because you take the Alberta, or I guess the Central, a team out of the Central and move them to the East here. And that kind of is going to push Swift Current into the Central then, and with all the Alberta teams, and then we'll gain the Winnipeg team. So
yeah,
that'll be a little bit of a discussion there. So
they could, I don't know. They've always been talking. You hear rumblings about totally redoing divisions and things like that. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, maybe they just make it just two conferences or something, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, with Swift Current being 2 hours away and they're not even our division, that's kind of odd, But I know Kootenay and Spokane play a couple times a year since they're closer together, even though they're in opposite conferences.
Right.
So they don't, instead of playing just once, either in Kootenay or in Spokane, they play a couple times because they're fairly close. So
right, and that's the thing. I mean, people really like seeing these teams come through, like Spokane and Everett and whatnot. And you hear, oh, I wish we could see them more, and it's a good idea. But I think this league is still like the money isn't just flowing, right? Those are
exactly.
expensive trips for these teams to endure.
Well, not only that, it's just time consuming, right?
Yeah,
like these
it's
kids,
all bus.
Half of them are still in school. They still gotta do that. Yeah, I'd love to see every team once, but it's clearly not feasible that way or time wise. It would be nice, but it's not going to happen. I don't.
It could
think
be none.
Anytime soon.
It could be none. I've heard someone mention that they just stick to east and west, and there's no crossover until
like baseball was, right?
Yeah,
National League, American League.
Yeah. So we'll be happy with the one right now.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
A little bit of jersey talk. You're into the jerseys, so a couple teams unveiled a third jersey, PG and Moose Jaw. PG's is more that classic sort of look.
Yeah, the diagonal letters. I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah, for a third jersey, it's kind of boring.
I thought. Yeah. You want to come up with something kind of nice.
You think so?
Something that people be, clamoring for or
to
merchandise size. Yeah, exactly, right.
But it's not really
Moose Jaw,
different.
I see Moose Jaw. They unveiled a jersey and they had a whole line of merchandise, hats, shirts, you name it. So, and Moose Jaw's all right. I don't mind that one.
I'm not a cartoon character fan. I personally don't. I know a lot, and that's why I don't really like the Pats Bulldog logo. But I know a lot of people do. So that's just my own personal taste. But the jersey, one of the best ones I've ever seen, and I don't know if it qualifies as a third jersey or what, but it's a special jersey of Moose Jaws, and they incorporate the Snowbird logo into it a little bit, and it's so sharp. It's very nice. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah, they've done a couple different Snowbird ones over the years. I don't know if they do it every year, a different one or what, but there's been some nice ones from them.
Well, the Pats, they don't have a third at all. Is that maroon one totally retired now? Is that a 1 year?
I think so. Yeah, they haven't had a third since that red one with the dog/PPCLI crest on it.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll be looking into that in the next year or two. I was going to talk about suspensions too. I kind of did a quick rundown. Last year through 127 games, or 126 games, there was 12 suspensions last year. So, I don't know the amount of majors are down from this year or not, but compared to 22 suspensions through 127 games this year. So, there's definitely more suspensions, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if what's going on, if players are just dirtier this year or they're just trying to crack down on these majors that are getting handed out. So
setting the tone a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to give a shout out to Sam Steele. Scored his first goal. Do you see that?
Yeah.
The highlight was kind of tough to see. It looked like it was a tip
definitely.
in.
I wasn't.
It's hard to follow.
Too sure if he was the guy in front of the net or he was the guy that was kind of higher out or what. But I guess he ended up being the guy in front of the net. You don't see him tipping too many goals. He's usually the shooter, so
typically,
a bit of a departure.
All right, anything else you want to talk about? Both kind of got screwed on the jersey draw. Well, not screwed. We won't say that, but
yeah.
You were the one number off the Lecition White.
Yeah,
and I was a number off. It was at Cretas, so not as amazing, but gosh,
that
sucks.
I really wanted that Lecition jersey. So I threw in $30 into that one, but it was that close. But something's in the works here, I think. So
yeah,
I mean, picking up a secondary option. So
yeah, good for you. All right, we'll wrap this one up. Tough home stand here. Hopefully, get some wins here in the next couple games. Still looking for that first home win. I think we'll get it this weekend. I hope at least.
Well, we better get it this weekend.
Yeah.
We can't beat
if we lose to Swifty. Man, I read an article about the London Knights actually, and they're one of the most storied franchises and this and that and that. They also have one of the worst. They were the worst CHL team in history. I think they ended up with 3 wins that year, 3 or 6 or something like that.
I've seen that article. I haven't read it yet, but yeah for sure.
It's a good quick read, and they just interviewing some players and saying they were just terrible, right? And and every team actually played them really hard because no one wanted to lose to them.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Right? So they said they had like the team was just like, well, if we can't win, we may as well give the fans a show. And I guess they fought a lot. And one of the guys says, we didn't win a lot of games, but we didn't lose a lot of fights either. So hopefully we don't see that. I don't know. I don't want to see some goon squad out there, but yeah, it's got to be tough on a team.
Definitely, But look at them. They turn around and they're like the model franchise, like right now. So over the past couple decades, definitely. So
yeah.
I think that's what we're striving for. So
everyone is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm talking London, not Swift Current. I don't want to be like those.
Yeah. But
anyway.
they seem to have some pull and get some players that other teams can't. So
yeah.
It's kind of like that college football thing. The best teams get the best players and they stay at the top, right? So
yeah, they just have that pedigree.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but this is this year, and we will continue on. We'll see you at the rink, you guys.
All right, have a good week.
All right, see you. Bye.
Nick Henry hustles onto it, one-on-one across the Spokane line, makes him move through his legs, pulls forehand, couldn't stuff it in on the post as it was stopped by the left skate of Bailey Burke, and what a move